Alright, every Monday morning I have to see this. Piles of trash right in front of the compactor. You know, for some reason, people just feel like that they can just throw their trash right here in front of the compactor. And it's kind of frustrating because this happens like every Monday. And it's like the compactor is totally fine, but one person sit their bag here and then everybody else just throws their trash here. So I don't know. I don't get it. Man, look at this gate. Every week, it's about every 2 weeks I have to come out and fix this gate. It's always broken. I gotta try to take this off of those 4 bolts. Take that off. Try to see if I can reattach that, resecure it. But yeah, this is about every other week or about every week or so I have to do this. It's not because it's faulty. It's because, you know, got some people just don't care. Some people just destructive and they really want to get into the gate. This unit I'm about to go into, they said it's a bad unit. Resident left a lot of trash, so I see what's going on. Oh man. Wow. Hey, look at this. Oh man. This is bad. Where's the light? Ah. This is bad. This is really a bad unit. Somebody left the oven on. That's not good. No wonder it's hot in here. Breakers this way. Oh man. This is bad. Turn the stove off. Then I have to put this thermostat. Let me see. Okay. I guess this isn't working. Well, let me see. There's some air going on in here. Set it to cool. I don't want it to 40-nothing degrees, so we'll set it to about 68. Oh, wow, look at this. Dirty diapers. Oh my gosh. This is unbelievable. Wow, this is unbelievable. Man, this is gonna be a serious trash out. Wow. I haven't seen an apartment this bad in a long time. Very long time. Oh my gosh. Man. Wow. Well, let me just turn this to off. So you can see they got this on broil. Can't. This is messed up. Ah. That's totally hot. So hot, I can't even touch it. Oh man. I don't know what that is. That doesn't look good, but alright. I guess we're gonna try to get this place here trashed out. So let's look inside the refrigerator. Oh man. This is... Oh. Ah. This is gonna be a project. It's gonna be a project. I'm gonna have to suit up for this one. I'm really gonna have to suit up. So we'll be back. All right, this apartment's been trashed out. As you can see, it looks a little different. But man, you can see the damage. I mean, man, just wow, I don't think I've ever seen a carpet this bad. Man, this is going to be a project. Guys did a pretty good job trashing it out. So you can see this is going to be a heck of a job getting this place back in order. Man. Yeah, so this unit, well, one thing that's going to be good about the next tenant is that when they move in here, most of this stuff is going to be new. So, you know, brand new carpet, brand new floors. Might even replace that stove. I don't think there's really much we can do with that. I'll just have them go ahead and just replace that. So, you know, brand new light fixtures, 2 fresh coats of paint. You know, so that's going to be one of the good things. I don't think we have any roach or rodent problems up in here. I haven't seen a bug yet. So yeah, by the time they get done with this is going to be a great unit. All right, got this problem with this electrical for this unit. It seems like the breaker is tripped. So I gotta try to see what's going on. Alright, let's go on back up to the apartment and see what happened. Alright, in this apartment, a couple of construction guys live here, but you can see they made their own table and stuff. That's pretty cool. I like that. Alright, now this stove breaker is tripped. I don't want to turn it back on just yet because I may trip the breaker again, but as you can see, I got the stove pulled already. You can see how that element back there is laying down. Yeah, you can see how that's just laying down. It's all burnt up. So I'm pretty sure that is what was the contributing factor. But I also got one here that's burnt out. Take a look at that. See if I can let's see. Come on back some. You can see how that's all burnt out. So I got 2 of these. I gotta replace this one. That one back there. And I think that should solve this electrical issue. But as you can see, the lights are all back on. They said the lights have been off since Saturday. And I don't know why they waited till today, Monday, to call. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut their AC off. I don't want to keep this running all day, especially when they got the window open. I'll just turn it off. Alright, well let's switch the stove. Alright, got the new connector here. Actually I got 2 of them. So this is what the new one looks like. It's all porcelain. So we don't have to worry about it you know, burning up or anything like that. I actually like these. Now one thing that you want to remember that when you're using these connectors is to go back with a porcelain wire nut, because if you don't, what will happen is that those plastic ones will melt. And once they melt, you'll just have the same problem all over again. So it's always good to try to go back with porcelain. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this off and make sure that the power is off. Now one way I know that the power is off is because, you know, my clock is not on. Plus, as you saw earlier, my breaker is tripped, so I have no power going to this stove. So what I always like to do is I always like to cut as close as possible. Cut that off. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to strip these wires back, you know, and then connect my other wires to my connector. Connect those to there with the porcelain wire nuts. I think I should be good. Alright, got those connectors in, so I'll go ahead, turn this breaker on. Let's see. Turn it back off. Well, now we got a problem with the breaker because it won't reset. So I'm going to have to pull this panel off and possibly change this breaker out. Go ahead and get this breaker out. So, you know, make sure that, you know, the power is off to the breaker before you do it. But alright, so before you do that, it's always important to make sure the power is off. You want to unscrew the lugs, and you always want to be careful when working around this amount of electric, because you don't want to end up electrocuting yourself, because you got 240 volts between those two big poles coming in, and this is a 240 amp breaker, and that's a lot of volts to be messing around with. So take that out. Take that out. These wires have no power going to it. This is what's going back to the stove. So there's no power going to these wires at all. The breaker actually feeds these wires. So, alright, got that one out. This is the new one. You see these little hooks right here at the bottom. You're gonna hook that in first. And make sure you push this breaker in. Make sure it's secure. And you're gonna take these wires and put them back in. Okay. All right. Make sure that these are tight. All right, let's try to turn this back on. All right, so stove breaker is back on. But apparently, our stove isn't on. You'll see, clock is not even on, so I'm gonna turn this back off for safety. Then we gotta see what's going on, so I'm gonna pull this stove out. I actually need two hands for that, so pull the stove out and see if it's plugged up. I suspect it's not even plugged in. Probably when they tripped the breaker, they probably unplugged it. It's really not too clean back here. Usually behind every stove. It's pretty nasty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug this back in. Okay. Oh, there we go. So I'm gonna push this here back. Alright, so that's back in place. Alright. Now let's try to turn this breaker on. Right. Alright. So as you can see, wow, look at that. That's coming on by itself. So, so this stove is coming on by itself. What I'm guessing is that those infinite switches that actually controls this part, those are probably burnt out and melted. As you can see, I can't even turn that one. That one is stuck. Let me see. Okay. Okay. That would be for the rear. This is for the front. Yeah, so now I gotta try to take the stove apart and try to see what's going on. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to replace an infinite switch. So we went from no power being into the unit at all. We reset the main breaker, fixed the stove eyes, and now we got a problem with the stove. Actually, we reset the breaker. We fixed the breaker, so we had to replace that. So now the stove is out. So now I'm gonna have to replace the infinite switches on that, and I'm gonna go ahead, take it out, and show you what those look like. So I got the back off for this infinite switch. As we can see, this is the old one. You see how it's all black and burnt out on the inside of there. That's not the way it's colored, it's actually burnt. So we have to replace this infinite switch because the contacts inside are probably melted together, and that's what's keeping that eye on. But whenever you're changing these out, you always want to make sure that you are paying attention to these numbers. Close attention to these numbers right here. Let me see if I can focus off. Hold on a second. Focus. Alright. Yeah, make sure you want to pay attention to these numbers here. You can see it says 7.5-9.3A, and that's for the amps. So you always want to make sure that those numbers match. And I got another one here that basically says the same thing. So this is the same exact switch. And what you want to do is that you always want to be careful when you're hooking these up. And whenever you're hooking them up, just go wire for wire. You take this wire off, and then you put it on the same lead on the new one. And then you just do wire for wire, because if you take them all off at once, you may get confused, and you may go to hooking wires back up, and then you'll have a short. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on, change this out, and I should be able to fix that problem. Alright, got the infinite switch in. We're gonna turn this back on and see how we're looking. Now the oven light is still on. Now I gotta make sure that this oven isn't coming on. Let me see something. Alright, I just have the switch turned So all I gotta do is basically get them another knob for that. That should be good. Lights on to the apartment, our breaker is set, and our stove works. Let's try the front one. We're gonna try the one for the rear. Try all of these. Make sure they're all coming on. Make sure nothing trips or burns. I just want to see just enough for these to heat up. Alright, that one's heating up. This one's heating up. And those two in the back are heating up. I can see the smoke rising off of those. Alright, that's all I wanted to see. So everything should be okay. So yeah, started out with no power in the apartment, and it went from resetting the main breaker to changing out this breaker to fixing all of the components on the stove itself. So sometimes in maintenance you'll never know what an issue is. Somebody may call in and say, hey, this is what it is, and you know, you may end up doing like how I did, you know, changing out breakers and fixing stoves or replacing infinite switches and stuff like that. So we should be good to go on this one. Back in this apartment, as you can see, looks totally better. Moved all of that nasty carpet and vinyl. Put down brand new vinyl. Still got to replace that stove. We're going to do that today. It's been painted. You can see there's a couple spots that need to be repainted. Let's look in the bathroom. See, it still needs to be cleaned. Cleaners are supposed to be coming out. Clean this. Place all of this carpet in the bedroom. So this one here is coming along pretty good. You're gonna already see the transformation that was already taking place from before. So yeah, just a couple more detailed things and it's gonna be ready to go. Be ready for move-in. And like I said, a lot of this stuff is probably gonna be brand new. Like I said, you know, we already got new floors, new carpet. Gonna have another stove. So yeah, it's coming along pretty good. Alright, this is another one of those kind of bad units. It's not as bad as that other one, but you can see the destruction, you know, just what some people do. I mean, this is, I mean, look at this. You just, you know, basically rip the metal out of the sheetrock. You know, you got holes in the wall. Look at these holes, man. You know, and this one here is what got me here. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, like, how do you do that? You know? It just shows you the destruction. You know, what some people do. You know, some people, sometimes they just destroy these units sometime, and you never even really know what or how someone is living until they move out. You know, I mean, you got piles of clothes everywhere. You know. I mean, just look at all of this, man. Jeez. Well, we gotta get this one ready. Start getting our fenders up in here. Change out some of these light fixtures, this carpet, and try to get this one taken care of, punched, take care of all of this, man. You know, it's like I said before, this will probably be another one of those units where, you know, they're gonna get new flooring. You know, they're gonna get all of this flooring replaced. That refrigerator looks like it's pretty new. May have been replaced within a year. Stove looks okay. Dishwasher looks okay. So, you know, these are things that are gonna look. It's gonna be all right. But yeah.